Being a sound designer for this project, what or how did you feel when you got this brief?
Super excited when I got the brief. Having done a couple of projects outside here, at least for Kwabum State and where we are, this is a new idea entirely. It's something that would open other doors. Then you look at the need for a proper sound complement
Mm,
for a project. If you're doing animation, you're doing uh, graphics, you're doing cartoon,
mm-hmm.
yeah, the sound has to complement what people are seeing. In fact, it gives uh, a whole new
Concept.
aspect to support what's happening.
Okay.
And then, yeah, I've watched Lion King. I've watched a couple of other
Yeah.
animation series. Of
Yeah.
course, we hear in the jungle, the mighty jungle, the lion sleeps tonight.
Yeah.
I mean, the whole picture comes back to mind, even if you're hearing the sound only. And then we watched Bodyguard, Kevin Costner with Houston, saw how the soundtracks lifted that project. So
Yeah.
for me, it's a big brief, a big portfolio, something I'm excited to work on. And in fact, I've put all my energy into it. Toyo and Boro, cultural,
Digital.
yeah. Now, it's an animation about digital adventures told the African way.
Mm,
So we had to work a sound native to the people and also something that people outside can relate with. So we went with the Afro fusion thing, where we have the back rock, the
yeah.
cowbells, the
Yeah.
shakers,
Yeah.
and all of the traditional sound instrument, and then we had the complement from keyboards, from guitars, and the bass lines. And then the girl that delivered the vocals, and they did
Ready to learn and play today. Toyo and Boro will show the way.
the voice tone is, I mean, it delivered on it.
Mm.
So, and then for Root Hop, for you to come up with that kind of a design, and then coming up with the lyrics for the animation too, wonderful. This is a super big, exciting project for me.
Yeah. Okay. So for me, I actually wrote the script for the stuff, and I wrote the script for the song.
Oh, okay.
I'd never
Ooh,
thought I could write music lyrics, but I had to do this. I had to push myself to do this, and truthfully, I never had any idea of how it was going to sound.
okay.
But you took that lyrics, that bland lyrics, and brought out an amazing theme song. First of all, I want to say you're super, super creative. It's a
Thank you.
pleasure watching you work. As in the layers of different things, you knew how to bring them together,
Thank
and
you.
you gave a very sweet, banging melody to what we had, right? So I want to
Thank you.
say for an animation project like this, it's been 22 years down the line. I had this idea 22 years ago,
Wow.
and the journey to this point, and meeting you, keen with this project. I've known you for a while, but
Mm.
at least telling you this idea, and then we started working immediately. It's been awesome. Now, if we're going to see what I know, your work is world class, yes,
Thank you very much.
but this is something that I know we can compare anywhere in the world, any film festival.
Mm.
The sound score. But when you look at the voice acting, it's something new. Most
Yeah.
of the talents that we had here, um, I just thought that they could do it. How was it like in preparing the sound design for this?
Yes, you really will not know how far something will go unless you start.
Mm-hmm.
And then for someone like me, behind me, I have a lot of years of experience,
Mm-hmm.
expertise. It's not self-adulation. It's something I've always wanted to do.
Mm-hmm.
Film score, soundtrack, film song. We've always done that. But I always wanted something too that comes from here. So that, like I said to the guys yesterday on Facebook, ELJ is out there and it has a global appeal. You cannot be limited by environment in 2025, looking at digital advantage.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what we're leveraging on. Now you're saying digital skills,
Mm-hmm.
digital learning, but in the African way, is because there's a wide space that is not limited by geography. You can't say, oh, this thing cannot go beyond Rio, beyond Asaba, beyond. It's global. So in thinking too, you need to have that support that pushes the whole work that you've done to from the sound recording, the voice actors, the scripting, the final output to something that if they played in Los Angeles, in California, in New York, Australia, wherever, they say, oh, this meets global standards.
Mm.
It's what we're working on. Now, you would find out that many years ago, there were no job portfolios like OAP,
Mm-hmm.
no content creators, no the kind of job descriptions we have now. It's because the digital age came on, and then boom, someone says I'm an IT specialist, I'm a cybersecurity expert, and I'm a this, I'm a that.
Mm-hmm.
It's because the world now is digital. That's the next global industry.
Mm-hmm.
We had oil, we had the Stone Age, but right now this is the world, and we're having our own share of it.
Mm-hmm.
We bite our chunk. Before you know it, once something is lucrative, people will always, I mean, success has a lot of
True.
fans.
True.
So before now, nobody will want to have been identified as a voice actor in real. But going forward, once this comes out, you see people will want to train,
Mm-hmm.
will want to come on, and that's a whole new opportunity coming up. That means it will even take us lesser time to get this done,
Yeah.
because that time you're no longer, who you're not scratching your head to look for someone. The talents are there.
So can you just take us through your song making or the sound design process, particularly for this project Toyo and Boro?
Yes, because as you can see in the videos, what I start off with is I spend a lot of time thinking. The client says, I want something with African background. I want this, I want that. I'm sucking all of that in. And then I begin to find ways to interpret it. I play in a band. I've played in bands, home and abroad. So I begin to say, okay, let me find a rhythm first. So I start with the cowbell, wood
Okay.
block.
Okay.
Wood block is the one with the wood. Cowbell is the iron. Then you have the shakers. And then once that rhythm is established, every other thing can begin to find a space. I can start to work with the guitar. I love working with guitars a lot because anywhere in the world, guitar resonates.
Yeah.
So once that rhythm is established and I have a groove, other things can be layered in. The guitar, I love to use guitar a lot. It's something that's very, very appealing.
Mm-hmm.
Everywhere in the world. Once you hear guitar, you know, oh, this is nice. You may even confuse for ukulele,
Mm-hmm.
banjos, and all of that. They're in the same family, but you can't miss it once it's on a song. So the guitars, then the keyboards, and I want to hear vocals. For me to now make progress with chords, with bass lines, I need to now hear vocals. Then Anibe comes in, drops these sultry vocals. I'm like, wow, this is it. So that's where I begin to find my bass lines, find the keyboard fills, and then the drums work finally.
Sure. Awesome. Awesome. It's better said than for me. It was a marvel. I'm sure there are points where I was like, some people are talented because I love music. I play just a few instruments, but I know that I need to be. I should take my music making more serious
Please do.
this
For the
year.
way you came up with that lyrics, I think, yeah, we are a mixed music star.
Okay, and then another thing for me is getting this cohesion. Everybody came together to actually achieve their part, and people don't actually know that animation takes a lot of persons, creative persons,
Sure.
and we were able to achieve this in your wonderful studio. If I were making, we're doing this making in your post production studio,
That's right.
and the amount of talent and ideas you have, I would like to enjoin more persons to say, look, let me take my project, my idea to Green Star Media to be able to see how I can expand what we're doing. And then also, and then we'll keep working together, of course. On this project, of course, our sound designer, our production expert, we know that we'll always be coming here to keep doing stuff. Do you look forward to seeing this animation?
Oh yes. That's 2025 for me.
Mm.
You know, this is January, and this is my first project for the year, and it's a very good opener. Sometimes you need to find that project that's like a seed. Your bread, you eat it, put it out, but for a seed, you plant it and you watch it grow. Of course, I'd like to see this come out. I'd like to see it go big. Whatever else I need to do, like when the final outline is done with the visuals,
Mm-hmm.
if I need to still redo ADR on the vocals, I'll have to do that. You know, people don't understand when they hear something outside, they think that's how that thing came. So thank God we have the behind the scenes videos. Now, when you lay, the voice actors might even have to come back to the studio. We'll play the animation for them to see.
Yeah,
So
sure.
they can actually interpret the character and the mood. Because what they are not seeing, they are reading script from what they see.
Yeah, yeah.
But when you get back to your system as a genius and you do the animation, there are some expressions the characters may have.
Yeah.
The animation will have, but you will need to hear on the voice.
Yeah.
So that is the final stage where they have to bring everything back to the studio. On one computer, the video is playing, another computer, we're recording another set of voice so that we can sync and say, okay, yes, at this point,
This is it.
of course. For those of us who suffer OCD, I mean, in quote, we always strive for
Perfection,
100 over 100.
excellence. Yeah.
We don't want to give excuses, no stories. Because if people elsewhere get things done without having to explain, oh, after it was, no, then you don't need to explain to people why you failed. Find out what you need to do to get things done right and get it done. And let nobody fool you. Any good project you've had, seen out there, took time to do.
A lot
And
of
that's
time and
what
effort.
I pride myself on with Green Star Media. That's why you don't see any wall clock anywhere. There's no wall clock anywhere. We don't have time. We only close when everyone says, for today,
The job is done.
we're done. Then we go home. But saying we open by 9 and close by 5 p.m., not here. I don't like to book personal clients on the time. So that when you come in, you know you are coming in to work.
Sure.
That you put it in the time needed to get a good job done. If not, sorry, go elsewhere.
Awesome. Thank you so much.